Peace, Aries. This is your month of August tarot card reading. I'm the Toracle, and I'm here to let you know what energies are going on for the month of August. I just wanted to touch on a little bit what's going on with the stars and the planets. Aries ruling planet Mars is currently retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. We just had a lunar eclipse where the moon was in the sign of Aquarius and Mars was conjunct. Okay. So Aquarius being an air sign, it deals with thoughts and communication, talking, speaking, but not just outwardly. It's about your communication between you and yourself, as well as you and others. And so it's no surprise why Aries got a bunch of swords cards for the month of August, because swords is the element of air, like Aquarius. So your ruling planet Mars being retrograde in the sign of Aquarius is definitely reflecting these cards that the month of August is going to be a lot of internal communicating with yourself, a lot of internal, maybe even turmoil. You know, we have the Nine of Swords out here on the table and Four of Swords. A lot of internal reevaluating, okay? And some endings and new beginnings. All right, so let's just jump into it. Here with the universe has my back card, your overall message for the month. It says, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. So here it is, your thoughts, what you focus on in your mind, what you focus your mind on will manifest. So this is like your message is also kind of like a warning, right? Especially when I go through these cards, it's a warning to be mindful of what you are focusing your thoughts on. From the Work Your Light Oracle deck, Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So Aries, you're going through something. I mean, I'm an Aries myself, so this reading definitely resonates with me. You're going through something. You likely had a recent complete ending of something. Okay, this is the Ten of Swords as the hidden influence, the thing that's driving the undercurrent energy for the entire month. The thing that's driving everything forward is that you did recently experience an ending, a complete ending of some sort. And so you may be feeling restless, okay? Four of Swords, you may be feeling anxious and worried even, okay, about this new beginning. We have the Fool. But the message from Work Your Life says you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So that's something for you to remember always, but definitely for this month, this was a very specific message for you, Aries. So I pulled 4 cards for each week and then a clarifier for each one. Okay. This is the overall energy of the month with its clarifier, and this is the outcome with its clarifier. All right. So I'm just going to get to it. So the overall energy of the month is the 5 of Wands. Like I said, there's been some type of ending for you in the recent past. So this 5 of Wands energy is probably about your inner energy, your inner self, and many different parts of yourself kind of all coming together and clashing as you're trying to figure out how to move forward. Okay, there's a lot of friction, and this may very well be reflecting outside of you, as we know the energy inside of us is what manifests the physical situation outside of us. Okay, so but for the most part, Aries, I do feel, and especially because this reading is for me as well, I do feel that it has a lot to do with you internally. There's a lot of friction internally. There's a lot of doubting going on, questioning. Even though you have you likely have a deeper knowing. It's just something that has to happen, but there is still a lot of worry and fighting against this ending. Clarifying the 5 of Wands as the overall energy of the month is the 4 of Swords. So we're seeing the need to rest and retreat and refuel our minds in order to handle this frictional energy going on inside of us. Okay, the first week you're walking into with the Fool. There is a new beginning, like I said, in the recent past. This is clarifying actually the recent past here, and this is clarifying it. So that's what I meant to say. So this is the Queen of Swords, and this is the 10 of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is about, looking at the truth, looking at things for what they really are and cutting to the heart of a matter. Okay. And it is concerning something that recently ended, some type of ending. So with you having this ending, you're also having, obviously this means a new beginning. So you're walking into the first week with the Fool's energy, and the Fool's not just about a new beginning. It's about a whole new path, a whole new journey, different than what you've ever known. Okay. But it's also about walking this journey and this path fearlessly. It can be difficult to do that, especially when you've just gone through something really hard or painful. Okay. Because then you have like all these things on your mind, of what could possibly go wrong, because likely everything has gone wrong, right, in the past. But you need to be fearless. And clarifying the Fool is the 7 of Wands. So here it is. You see this warrior, this fighter, and he's protecting his ideals or his camp or his home or whatever. And he's, all these little wands here are like going against him, and he's like ready to like shoot him down. So I feel like I said, because this is mostly internal for you, Aries, this is about you. This is you against you, really. This is about you kind of tearing, you need to shoot down all of those thoughts that are keeping you from having this new beginning and moving forward with your life. Okay. The second week, we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is about having authority over your own mind and your own thoughts, knowing what's what. Okay, you have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here. So we're talking about the masculine and feminine ways that your mind is working in this month. You can look at that as positive and negative. You can look at that, but it's definitely dual. There's a dual, there's a dual energy here with your thoughts. But in the second week, you're going to start to gain some more authority over what you're thinking and more control. But also you need to, I feel like it's saying that you need to accept the truth. Okay. During this month, you're going to start accepting some truth. Okay. Whatever this ending was about, it has really hurt. It has been very painful. And although you may have walked away from a certain situation, a relationship, or a job physically, you are still holding on to it mentally, obviously, with all these swords cards. And then clarifying the King of Swords, we have the 8 of Cups. So this is literally about walking away from something that you were emotionally invested in. But it's still very much on your mind. It's weighing heavy on your mind. And this is affecting the way that you move, if you're moving at all, because there's not a lot of physical movement in this spread here. There's none, actually. there's none. So it's kind of stagnating you. It's kind of gotten you kind of maybe even feeling stuck. You're not stuck though, because I do see the Fool here, and at the end we see some help, the outcome, but it might feel like you're stuck. Okay. But this card here said to focus on what you want to manifest, not what you don't want to manifest. All right. So the third week is the Hermit. And the Hermit is about going within deep for your own inner wisdom, isolating yourself from the outside world, and having no concern for what people outside of you have to say about what you're going through or how you feel about what you're going through. Because look, you're already kind of beating yourself up over, you're already, feeling anxiety about whatever has happened. So you're needing to go within very deeply to find the inner wisdom that you were meant to gain from this ending, whatever situation you just walked away from. It's clarified by the Magician, more air energy. It's ruled by Mercury and Gemini. So Gemini is an air sign like Aquarius. So there's more energy there. As you're going deep within as the Hermit, you're going to remind yourself that you have everything that you need, because the Magician has all the tools on his table ready to manifest whatever he wants. Okay, he's the manifester, and here it is. We have the universe has your back talking about manifesting. So at this point, it's very crucial for you to really get your head right, okay? To get your mind right, because you're manifesting rapidly, or will be in the next few months, Aries. Following this lunar eclipse, you're letting go of a lot of things, but you're also manifesting. So what you're manifesting is going to reflect what you're holding inside you. Okay. Fourth week, we have the 9 of Swords. I mean, again, like I said, this is just dealing with, just some anxiety and some back and forth in your mind. Mental anguish is what I'm feeling. You see here, she has on one wrist Saturn, the symbol for Saturn, and on the other wrist, we have the symbol of Jupiter. Jupiter and Saturn are opposites. They're polar opposites, or they're complements. Jupiter expands while Saturn constricts. So on one hand, you're wanting to expand and move forward and open your mind to new possibilities. But on the other hand, you're also restricting yourself by holding on to just overthinking and rethinking the past. Like, what could have gone different? What could I have done better? What could they have done? Or what could we have done? All of that is holding you back because it's done. Okay? It's done. All right? It's overkill done. Look at that. 10 swords in the back and cut is out like a light, right? All right. It's done. Okay, Aries. So there's no need to continue on with this shoulda, coulda, woulda, and maybe of this and maybe of that, because you're restricting yourself. Okay. So anyways, clarifying that is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is about studying, they call it the, subtle spy craft and the messenger that kind of goes in between two camps and maybe even sometimes starts some trouble with gossiping. But because this is all internal for you, Aries, this is you against yourself. Again, you against yourself, like how I said over here with the Seven of Wands. This feels like you against yourself. This is like the side of you that wants to, move forward. Like I said, remember I said here with the Queen and the King of Swords here, there's a duality in your thinking. And here we're seeing a duality with Jupiter and Saturn in your thinking. So this is you against yourself. Do I continue to overthink about what happened, even though that's not going to help anything, it's not going to change anything, or do I move forward? Okay. So it's like you are trying to learn from this situation because the Page is a student. You want to learn from this situation, but there's no more information to get out of this, Aries. You already know, you've already been thinking about this thing so much. Whatever situation that recently ended for you, you've been thinking about it the whole way through. And you've been seeing what you need to see about yourself. You've been learning your lessons. So what more is there to learn? What more is there to see except for to move forward? Okay. The outcome card is the only pentacles that we have out here on the table, which is dealing with the physical situation, is that you will be getting some support and some help. So if you're moving, let's say that this was a relationship that ended and you have to move out maybe, or you have to change residence, then you will get that support. Or if, whatever the situation is, Six of Pentacles is talking about somebody coming and supporting, somebody with a more balanced energy, somebody who wants to just help you because you've likely helped them before in the past and they care to see you do well. But even if it's not a physical thing, they could just be helping you get your mind right and being some type of encouragement. It is the Queen of Pentacles, so it's most likely a woman, but doesn't have to be, of the earth sign group, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but doesn't have to be. It's just some person who, because this is a general reading, I'm just going to say some person who is financially stable or who is secure within themselves is going to be coming to show some support and give you some help. So whatever thing that you're worried about going into the month of August, whatever thing that feels, difficult or like you can't get it done, you will, and you will get some help. Okay. But it is all on you as well, Aries. You need to get your mind right. All right. I'll see you guys next month. Peace.